Thank you, Yijia. So, Yijia, before we start, do you have any things to ask me before they come in? Any things that you're not sure since you're the first one coming, you got the advantage and privilege. Ask me anything that you're not sure. I give you 1 minute to think, Anything you want to ask me. Yeah. Anything you want to ask me. Yes. Anything? Yijia? No? Hannah, please turn on your camera. And Jihan, got anything to ask me? Beside your hair so long? Yeah. Yeah, don't look at me this kind of manner thing. I know that my hair just cut only. Very short. Very short. Yes. Hello, Miss Hannah. Good afternoon, everyone. Welcome. Thank you for coming in at this time because I wouldn't want to do until 10 o'clock tonight. It's pretty late, and next day you got to have exam. So in after this lesson, of course, if you have anything to ask Uncle Raymond along the way, you can just drop me a message and see how I can help you. All right. So without further ado, let's start off with this one. A very simple things that I'd like to ask you. Maybe some of you, oh my God, where is it? Oh, okay, here. Okay, just in case tomorrow, where's my, why my mouse cannot? Okay, gonna move it here. I'm gonna move this down. Okay, guys. So Hannah, do you know what is NRIC? You know what is floats and work? Can you remember? No, right? Don't know, right? It's like, what the hell is NRIC floats the world? So it's called NRIC floats the world. Okay, never mind that. Has I mentioned to the three of you, right? I only cover these two issues here. So after today's 5:30 lessons, or around 5 plus, depends how fast you can finish. It's 1.5 hours or more. That's the last lesson to all of you. So if after that, if you think that you're still not sure and your teachers that tell you issue 3 is more important, go ahead and study. Okay, so I won't stop you. My prediction may not be 100% accurate, but at least 50% accurate. So I will concentrate on issue 1 and 2. All right, and let's move on to next slide. Okay, this is our NRIC nationality. So may I ask you, Hannah, since you're new, what you mean by nationality? That's the context in Singapore here. So imagine tomorrow the question asks you something like that. What is the first thing that comes to you? What you mean by nationality in Singapore? No IDK 啦，please tomorrow you cannot IDK， you 要找一个答案出来给我，不用紧。Hannah, don't be shy. Anything. What you mean by the definitions of nationality?
Like the
Hold on,
the
hold on.
passport that you hold.
Hold on. My nephew is calling me about this. I am in the class. Wait, the code for SS is the same. Go check. I beg your pardon?
Like citizenship of a country.
Sorry. Tihan, can you send me the code now? The class group here. My nephew says the wrong code. I'm so sorry, Hannah. I'm very sorry.
The Zoom. Wait, you want me to
Yeah,
send
the Zoom ID and code. The Zoom ID and code, please, Tihan. Thank you. I don't know why my nephew say cannot get in. It's the same one. Yes, Hannah, I won't ask you to repeat. Can you repeat the last time? Thank you.
Nationality is like legal status, like
Okay.
citizenship of a country.
Okay, but how? How? I'm not saying you're right, wrong, or what, but how? Yijiang, never mind, don't stress, don't stress. Please reserve your brain cell. Okay, I got to okay, he's in already. Okay. So Yijiang, what you mean by, okay, maybe I ask Qihan, what is nationality? Let's be
Your
serious now because we got not enough time. So let's go through the real things.
nationality is just national identity and shit.
No, serious. Just give me an example.
Pink card.
Huh?
Yeah.
What is that? I didn't hear you. Ting Park.
The NRC.
Or NRIC. Okay. You are very close to my answer, Yijiang. Can you hear me, Yijiang? Yeah, please unmute. If you want to answer yes or no, please. If not, you can pass. Don't let me wait, because this today is the very last lesson, so I want to teach you as much as you can. And don't give me I don't know, huh? At least just like what Qihan said, it's like some pink IC that shit. Okay, I don't mind. Okay, Rainer, I know you're on the way, so you up to you. You want to send the message via chat group or all this thing. I leave it to you. Yes, Yijiang, will you hurry up, please?
It's like a group of people from the same race or religion.
Very close answer. Nationality right now is got to do with whether you are pink IC, you're Singaporean, you are PR, or you are foreigners. Nationality talk about, for example, if my parents are both Singaporean, therefore I'm Singaporean. But both of your parents are, let's say, foreigners who come to Singapore. I think you can look at your textbook. They come to Singapore, they might be one from China, one from Taiwan, or one from whichever country. But they come here, they convert their citizen into PR and then later Singapore citizen. But let's say you are born here, therefore you're Singapore, the nationality. Nationalities really defines what is the race, right, and religions. So let's talk about race. How many race are there, Hannah, in Singapore? We all talk about Singapore.
4.
Wrong. Wow, you're so confident, Hannah. 4. Wow. Oh, sorry, law, 不是 4. I like the way. Yeah, damn it. So, Uncle Raymond, how many races? To be honest, you're not wrong. 4. There are 5 races. Okay, can you name me the 4 races, Hannah? You know, Anna is angry with Uncle Raymond already. Don't feel like answering me. Hello, brother. Which are the 4 races lah?
Chinese, Malay, Indian, and
Start with E.
Eurasian.
Very good. And how about the 5th one? Guess. 5th. 30 years ago, 40 years ago, you are right to say 4 races. But now we have the 5th races. We are talking about race, like, for example, the Africans, fair enough. The Japanese, the Koreans, the other races that is not within the 4 races that you have mentioned. Fair enough? Okay. What about religion, Hannah? In Singapore, 全部新加坡的
A lot. I don't know.
I know. Hey, come on, don't tell me you can't even name one.
Christianity,
Thank you. Of
Buddhism,
course, your school MGS Christianity, brother. Okay, Christianity. What? Next one is what?
Buddhism,
阿弥陀佛. And then?
Taoism, and then
Taoism, correct. And then?
Hinduism, and then I don't know.
Muslim, brother. Muslim. Okay, Muslim. Yeah, there are in fact very Judaism also have Soka, Soka also have 是日本神. Okay, that's religions. Okay, the race we have the rights. That means you as a Singapore citizen, as a PR, as a foreigner, what rights do we have in Singapore? Identity, we are talking about the social status, the higher income, lower income, middle income, and then what kind of incomes you contribute. Citizen with culture and traditions, referring the 3R. Okay, quickly. Now, floats, this is the most tough one. I feel that this year, social study were very concentrating on all this year. Floats, what does foreigners got to do with Singapore? Of course, we know, right? Like yourself, Hannah, you come to Singapore, and then a lot of people are complaining that the Vietnamese are getting scholarship, the foreigners are getting scholarship from Singapore, and it's kind of xenophobia. But I welcome all of you to come to Singapore. Whether you become a Singaporean or not, that is not my concern. My concern is how much you can contribute to this country when you are in Singapore. When you are contributing your what do you call? Your expertise, your capability and ability to Singapore. That's more important. Rainer, are you at home? If you are at home, just turn on your camera. Oh, thank you. Then what is the locals? Locals, we are talking about all the Singaporeans. Sorry, I'm having a bad migraine because of weather. And what kind of opportunities are we talking about here? Now, remember, guys, tomorrow when you write any weather issue 1, 2, 3, you must talk about the 3A, Hannah. What is the awareness, alertness, and attention that creates in Singapore? Okay, what kind of awareness? Awareness in terms of foreigners coming to Singapore. Do you alert them in such a way that you are worried that they will take away your jobs, opportunities, your educations, your housing, or whatever it is, or even your food? So how do you draw attentions to ensure that there is a fair, ceteris paribus, all things are equal, that all make sure that regardless of race, language, or religions, the 3R, that everyone have equal attentions. That means the government will not be being biased, prejudice, or favorisms toward a more diverse society. In Singapore, what are the threats? Come, let's start. Qihan, what is the threat that you think that Singapore will face? Imagine you are talking about these 6 to 7 marks questions. What are the 2 threats that will threaten Singapore diversity? Okay, let's go. We don't spend too much time. If you are not sure, you just say pass. Okay, if you know, you can type your answer. If you don't feel like talking, let's do these 3 ways. 1 is to say out the 2 answer. 2 is to write down. And 3 is to say pass. Yes.
Racial riot. Like people between race and religion.
I'm sorry, your music is covering your speech.
Oh, my bad.
No, it's okay. It's okay.
Like racial riots. Yeah.
Okay, good.
Okay, good. Yeah, that's all I can think of. Goodbye.
Thank you very much. No problem, sir. How about Itia? What are the 2 threats that you think that will kind of create the awareness, attention, alertness to Singapore?
Cyber attacks.
A cyber attack. Well done. Write down. So we have religious. Well, just now Tian, you say racial riot. Racial riot, cyber attack. Okay. Reina, do you want to contribute? I leave it to you. You want to say? You want to... Sorry?
I got nothing much to contribute.
Okay. How about Hannah?
Like people being racist and having negative sentiments towards other races, like stereotypes against one particular race.
Very good. Yes. That means we also can have threatenings like neighbors. Like neighbors are usually my student tell me, 哇，老师，这家从这个国家来，然后他们带来的风俗的 culture and the traditional and make me so fed up all these things. Here I say, hey, wait, this is a bit threatening. So what kind of system should we in place? So we have this called neighboring dispute mediations. We have people who go down as a volunteer to talk to people to ensure there's the peace, prosperity, and progress in this country. Now, the word stands for workers in the 5 T's here. We are talking about workers like yourself, Hannah. So after you graduating for your O-level, A-level, and university, so what are you going to contribute as a worker? That means you yourself, there's 3 possibilities, Hannah. Either you become your own 头家, your 头家, 就是你自己做老板. Second, you work for people, okay? And third, you get happily married with your husband, you don't feel like working, right? You become 太太. You know what is 太太? 就是在家里做 housewife. Do you think this contribute to the society? Yes, we will talk about it. But then again, what is workers got to do with these treaties? Because in chapter 8 and 9, we are talking about globalizations, airline, sea, and transport. In chapter 9, we're talking about how the economies runs about for SME and multinational company. In chapter 9, we talk about how Singapore transformed the first to the third world. In chapter 9, we talk about how Singapore interact with the world, like free trade agreements. And then, of course, now with the tariff war. I don't think this question will come up in this year's social study for the tariff war. More to the effect of COVID-19. And more to the skill future. And thanks, Reina. I suspect yesterday night. Sorry, I came back quite late. So I did the questions. I marked the question until I forgot to send to you. Like early in the morning, I sent to you. So sorry, because I'm very excited. The answer was very interesting, and the question is really very interesting, which I suspect may come up something like that, Rina. Thank you for your contributions. So what got to do? Yeah, thanks, really, thumbs up. I really appreciate it. I love you, baby. Well done. What is the research and developments we are talking about? Hannah and Qihan and Yijia and Rina, take note. This R&D, there may be a possibility of number one, climate change, unemployment and skill future, and low birth rate. How we improve and research on the statistics. So tomorrow, if you come up in statistic question, please don't go and copy blindly. You must go and convert it to how many percent or how many people. Read the question carefully. I honestly, when I was doing my A-level, I hate statistics and I never passed my statistic well. Okay, so don't ask me a statistic. I hate about statistics, but to be honest, figures always tell the truth. So if you are good in figures, then use this in your control and manipulate it. Now, leadership, diplomacy, and deterrence. As you know, today, the 26th of October, our dear friend Donald Trump is now in Malaysia talking about the ASEAN summit. And the most important three things that today's the summit, the leadership and diplomacy deterrence are three things. Number one, he came down to talk to sign a peace treaty between Cambodia and Thailand. Ceasefire. That's very important. Number two, this is where they help East Timor-Leste to be one of the ASEAN number 11 country in Southeast Asia. Wow, big thing. And number three is that Donald Trump coming to Malaysia is a good thing because let me tell you, in the past, Malaysians are very excuse me, are very anti-USA. Hopefully, when he come here, is a breaching to the world that Donald Trump want to discuss about these free trade agreements, knowing that the Southeast Asians are very important as part of the whole globalization world. Okay. So yes, somebody just now talked about cyber scam, defense technologies, and all these are important. But Yijia, last year, I believe the question came up for this question really. Okay. So just to give you a head start of what it is, let me, I'm looking for the file. Hold on. Is this one? Shit, where's my file? No, sorry. Where's my file? Give me a minute. I lost my file. Yeah. This is the one. Okay, by the way, this question here, this is a questions of history. The one if this is having read source D, what do you think about churches? About this is a history question. Take note. I'm not sure whether the SS will be doing this type of question. So this question is a hybrid purpose, something new that they never tested before. So take note, in case tomorrow you come out this kind of question, Yijia, Qihan, Hannah, and Rina, that day you show me, right? So this is a hybrid purpose question for this question here. Having read this? So to me, it's like, are you surprised or not surprised in my opinion? Okay. Okay, let's look at this question number 7. Abstract 2 and 3 on how effort can be the committees, groups, and individual be improve the well-being of different groups of people in society. Do you think committees, groups are more important than individual in addressing the needs of society? So while reading this one here, I would like you to spend some time to write the answer. Okay, for this one here. Last week we done this already, right? If I'm not mistaken, we completed this question already. So now we are doing these questions, okay? So let's do this one here. Whether you agree or not agree, I leave it to you. Whether is it committee play an important part of individuals? For me, Uncle Raymond always believe in individual. Okay, can you type your answer now? Oh, Total, there are 3 paragraphs. One is an individual, one is committee, and the third paragraph, you have to weigh. Okay. But if you don't want to do it, it's fine with me. Okay. I'm going to get some water. No need that. Don't do the things. No, sometimes it's you don't Yeah. Yes. Don't gain touch back, right? Level 5 you should your eyes is on the gate. Don't spend too much time, huh?
Sorry, Uncle, can go back to your question?
Yeah. I will. Give me a minute, huh?
Okay.
This one, right? Okay. Don't send to me like that. I'll send to the group chat, Ryan. Rena, sorry. Rena, send to the group chat. Don't send to me individual because I will not be able to see your answer. I only see in the group chat. Thank you. Can you resend again? Thank you. So that everyone can read each other answer and practice and learn.
Sorry, Uncle Raymond, is question 7, right?
Yeah, the 8 marks one. Yeah,
Okay.
this one here. Maybe you all can send me the first paragraph so that I can read in advance. Thank you. You know, I sit here, I'm going to sleep already. Hello, can somebody send me the first two paragraph or first paragraph? Oh, food from the heart. Uncle Raymond here also got a lot of food from the heart, but every time it's problem. Very problem. The people will come and take, wow. Some of them okay, genuine. Some of them is really issue. But this one is nothing to do with your assets. Just this is for your reference. Sometimes food from the heart is important, but some of them need money more than food. Sorry, Ryan, Reina, I asked you to send in here, so I put your answer here. Yeah, you put that RSVP. Can you put this abbreviation? What does it mean? Okay, thank you for your first paragraph, Rina. Jian, I'm reading your answer. Well, yeah, clean out drives. Okay, I forgot about this. Correct. Yeah, correct. To sweep the corridor and all this when the cleaners are sick due to COVID. Yeah. Yeah, it is really a good domino effect. In fact, it's a domino effect, but in fact, it is encouraging. Okay, that's committee. What about individual?
So in the individual is the one that starts individual.
Where is it?
The individuals volunteer their
Oh,
time.
yeah. Okay. I saw it. Oh, okay. Thank you. Oh, so you believe in committee? Okay, understand. Thank you, Tian. Okay, Ichi, I'm reading your answer now. Yeah, H-Well Everyday program. Yes, I knew about this. I don't need to check. I know because here in my this Yishun here we do have this MPs here very proactive because this Yishun's Khatib is a lot of aging population, including my mom, and of course with a lot of dementia. Auntie, uncle are very sad. Yes, not only brain stimulating activities, also for their legs. Most of the auntie, uncle, their legs got having problem. Itia. Thank you. Who is a she? Can you put more details? Okay, the names of the lady. Okay, well done. Thank you very much for this individual, your conclusion, please. Thank you, Hannah. I'm reading your answer now. Oh, so straight away you tell me individual. No, sorry, Hannah. Straight away you told me that you wrote that committees groups are more important than individuals. Right? Let me read now. Maybe I'm wrong. Right, good. At least you write down retire and senior volunteer program, RSVP. Yes, thank you. Take note of what Hannah has wrote. Not only provide senior meaningful opportunities, but can you write this, Hannah, but also to share their wealth of experience, okay, from their past experience, especially those auntie uncle who went through the war, the riots, so they can share their real life experience to contribute to society, so that 我们后一辈的人 will learn, okay, from this generation will learn their hardships, and that's why we have these museums to showcase their contributions. Yes, of course. We as a police officer, sometimes we also go and talk to the seniors, especially the AY example, or some old folks home. But old folks home no need lah. Those people not say no need lah, because yeah, they do have handphone at time depend, but usually the old folks home are quite most of them quite terminally ill, or are really quite bad lah. But of course, we will still give the chance to teach them about cyber wellness, cyber security, digital knowledge. Thank you very much. So I wait for your conclusions. Thank you. Yes, correct. I agree with you, Rina. The individuals often not only direct communication with the elderly, but is also close at heart. So the individual know the individuals, those seniors and those who need help, are more easily accessible and approachable, and able to communicate much better. I mean, depends. Usually they prefer to talk to some individuals rather than a big group. They feel that they are quite shocked. Agree? Oh, okay. So your answer, Hannah, is not committee, but are more important for individual. Please read their answer. If you are sending in the group chat, please read each other answer. I have no time to ask you read one by one. I'm reading their answer, then I will reflect my answer. Then we move on to the next question, okay? Yeah, I agree with you, Hannah. Share their knowledge, their vast knowledge. I would rather you to put the VAST, their vast and of wealth of knowledge. That experience cannot take away, okay? Okay, I agree with you, Hannah. You got 6 to 7 marks of that. Thank you. Yeah, I agree with you, Reina. Stem from individual. It all started from individual efforts and the motivation to willingly to accept the challenge to help the elderlies. Without these individuals, there is no way a committee can form. The committee form is because of these individuals. They are willing to come in to lend a helping hand, to give their free times, to volunteer themselves, to allow them to contribute to the society as much as they can, and can, and allow their children and grandchildren to show them as a role model. Thank you very much, Rina. 6 to 7. Oh, you still got one more paragraph, Hannah. Okay. Yeah.
What
Wait,
if I
wait.
don't,
Huh?
what if I don't provide specific examples? Like
Yeah.
I only talk about general examples, but I never talk about like Red Cross or like the IVP or anything. Then do I still get marks?
Yes. Hold on to good answer. Good question. Hold on. I'm reading halfway. I'm reading Hannah answer halfway. Hannah, I don't understand what you mean by ultimately it is up to the individual to decide whether they want to do so or not. So can you be more specific whether they want to do what or not? So this will might kind of contradicting to you supporting the individual efforts. Without individual volunteer committees, groups are unable to serve their purpose as a more personal and deeper level. And you should say this, Hannah, a much closer and more knitted fabrics of the social fabrics, okay? But I do not know what you mean by they want to do so or not. Can you please, you want to defend this statement? No? Yes, Hannah? Your
Like
answer.
whether they want to actually go and volunteer. Like
then 你就要讲 correct. Whether they want to volunteer the service at the maximums or what. So you must say whether they want to commit their volunteer. Then you must say this, Hannah, regardless of their commitments, somehow rather they already contribute to certain extent to help. Then you'll be good. Let's be fair. I agree with you. Not everyone can volunteer every day. There's some maybe once a month, whatever reason. Or Hannah, there are some volunteer halfway. Stop. You know why? 3 reasons. They got stroke, they cannot do. End up people volunteer here, her, take care of her. Second, bye-bye, they kick the bucket, 死掉. That one, because suddenly they got other commitments, like maybe they have to take care of the grandchildren, they can't do anything. So to answer your question, Rainer, are you there? Yeah. It will be definitely good for any SRQ to give example. But if you are not sure, then you can give a generic example. But then again, it is definitely very good to give example. Yijia, are you done with your answer already?
So like, is it true to say that if you give generic examples and then we give a good explanation, it's better than specific examples and like a normal explanation and thing?
Based on my marking experience, and yes, to be honest with you, you are actually defending a case study. It is good to give a very resounding example with a clear explanation and description. On top of it, then to have a persuasive remarks. Hey, hello, excuse me. Now I'm giving you a very clear, good example, right? With a very, very detailed explanations. So what do you think? Do I convince you now, Marker? You see, 明白吗, Rainer? So of course, sometimes you hit the jackpot. I have some student, wow, uncle, you know that time we went through the question. Now I can imply, apply, supply, reply, comply inside my exam. Good lah, good for you. But what happened on tomorrow? Any student who stuck there is shit, man. How to do this one? Then if suddenly brain block, I cannot think of an example. Never mind. Continue to write whatever you can. Okay, whatever you can think of the example, just put in. So sorry, maybe sometime honestly, people like us, mark until blah blah, and maybe accidentally agree. Oh yeah, this RSVP, correct, things like that. But some very particular examiner, very meticulous. Excuse me, what does RSVP stand for? Then my question is circle it lah. Okay, so this is some very like for me, I'm very detailed at certain point of time. So I give marks, make sure that it is relevant, reasonable, and most important things to make sure that you don't fail. But if that student I ever marked before fail, then I have to do my best to find marks for that student. Of course, it must be relevant. It's not bribery. Yeah. Okay. So Yijia, you finished already, right? You put the conclusion at Yijia, correct? Thumbs up. No, can I give the answer? Not yet, 你还没有好Yijia 好还是没有好？我没有看到。还没有 okay. Then you thumbs you because I can't see your facial expression. Sorry, Thank you, all of you. Why not before when Ija is doing it, because time constraint, I want to give as many as possible, So this is the answer here. Okay, please read. I'm not going to read one by one. So please read your answer. Read. Okay, Hannah, Chihan, and Rena, can you read the committee and individual? So, Rena, to be honest, all the social study, even history, you should know, right? It's good to give like the example, like the Cold War, you must give the doctrine of Truman doctrine, all these things. And the most important thing, whether history or social study, is still best to give a specific date, okay, to prove that you understand. Okay, thank you. Well, my body program, yes, there is something like that. So Singapore got a lot of program to really take care of the 男女老少. Every single one, from the toddler, the baby, all the way to, wow, goodness, to the person who finally kicked the bucket. You know, there are some people in Singapore, when they die, they don't even have relative to take care of the funerals and things like that. We are people doing this. Okay, thank you. Well done, strict and simple. Please read Yijia's conclusion. Very interesting. I will give quite good mark for this conclusion, simple and easy. Because you put that, Yijia. Hello, Yijia. Therefore, individuals are the true driving force. Woo! Wow, on behind the wheels, behind meaningful change and relevance. If you put this, if you can, behind a meaningful and relevant change in society. Okay, write down relevant change. Not just meaningful. Don't use one word like adjective meaningful. Meaningful and relevance change. Or you can say meaningful and fruitful change will be good. Well done. Thank you very much. Yijia, please read the answer now for the committee and individual. Okay, you are done. So I move on. Rainer, are you reading the answer? Okay, thank you. Done? So here you say, I think committee groups play a more important role in addressing the needs of society because the impact of society are of a greater scale. Given the natures of their first steps, committee groups can cover a wider range of interests because of their work collectively. All right, not collectively. While with their access to the government's portal accessibility, they can easily highlight the areas that require more attention and brings their concern directly to the government. Not necessary, 90% yes, but not 100%. Through my experience being a grassroots leader and working on the ground for so many years, I'm telling you, not necessary. Sometimes the individuals has better impacts and are of smaller scale. No doubt it's a smaller scale, as they are limited in resources. Yes, agreed efforts and ideas. Society tasks benefit more than the causes championed by committee groups are not 100%. Because of some individual, they create a lot of committee services. So I will still think individual effort is one of the most important, in my sincere opinion. Okay. So now we are doing the next one here. Living a diverse society, okay? This is a new question, Okay, come, let's do this. Singapore is set to attain super age status in 2026. Whoa. Which is when the proportion of its population age 65 and above hits the 21% mark. According to the United Nations, by 2030, 1 in 4 citizens will be age 65 and above, up from 1 in 6. Okay, so let's do abstract one. In your opinions, what do you think is the impact of aging societies on Singapore? Explain your answer with one challenge and one opportunity. Whoa, this is an interesting question, man. One challenge and so Hannah, take note Hannah 不见了，Hannah 不见了，我只是看到风扇。Oh, hello. Okay, so what is the main thing of this challenge? It's called COI. Where's my okay? Raina, what is COI? COI stands for challenge, obstacle, and issue. Write down. The COI that's facing challenge, obstacle, and issues. So what is one of the challenge that Singapore face because of aging populations? Of course, the first thing I can think of Yijia, Qihan, and Hannah and Raina is about healthcare. And what's the opportunity for these aging populations? So you know it's aging, but you guys are young, right? What do you think is the opportunity for all of you? And come on, guys, be honest. Raina, you agree not? Your parents and I, Uncle Raymond, will be another 15 years will get older, right? So this is where, what do you think the opportunity can give us? I believe your parents and I will still 15 years continue to be, I will use the word quite healthy, quite healthy. Of course, the older we are, right? Agree not, Yijiang and Qihan and Anna, the older we are, our spare part will get a bit deteriorating, no doubt about it. But let's say in the 15 years, I'm now 56, 15 years, my goodness, how old am I? 67 or 68. I hope I still can be fit. Most likely I will retire for teaching already. So 68, what am I supposed to do? What's the opportunity given to me? So guys, when you're doing this type of question tomorrow, I know a lot of people very hard to answer questions number 6, which is 7 marks. Don't worry, it's always ICG. ICG stand for, it's got to do with individual, community, or governments. So as a challenge, what is to do with individual? As a challenge, what got to do with community? As a challenge, what the government will have the challenge for taking care of the aging populations, as well as the opportunity. As an individual, for old age, do you see old people nowadays work in McDonald's? I know there are some clown in other countries say, wow, Singapore cannot retire, very expensive. You see, the auntie, uncle have to work until 67, 68. Then what you want them to do? Stay at home and do what? If they can work law. If they cannot work, then I understand. The government take care. Our government also take care. That's individual. That's where the committee come in, right? Just now you talk about the committee just now, right? And what would the government give a series of incentive, right now, that series of incentives? Not very scary. Your camera can move in and out, zoom in, zoom out. Oh, is it using iPad? No wonder your camera can zoom, zoom, zoom. There's an AI. So think like you are the MP. You're having this obstacle and issue. And what is a challenge that you're going to face? But you see, every challenge is definitely, there's an opportunity. And there's definitely a solution. there's no right or wrong solutions, but don't give very exaggerating and ridiculous challenge lah. Rena, you okay now, Rena? Good, thank you. It's very sorry. Yesterday was Halloween, so I went back quite late already.
Wait, but I thought Halloween is 31st October.
No, because Tanning Mall, my boss, that Tanning Mall, yeah, it's on the 31st, but we have events going on yesterday, so I need to take care of myself. You know, Ryan? Ryan was working there yesterday. Yeah, morning till 4 o'clock. Yeah. I was there at about 3 o'clock or 2 o'clock, 2:30. Can't remember, before 3. But I was reading, every time I read your question, got customer, and then I have to do patrolling. So as a disciplined staff manager, I cannot let people say, you tell us not to look at handphone, then you yourself look at handphone. So 要以身作则, lead by example. So the first thing I came back home, I dressed. What am I talking? I finished after my shower. I do my makeup using SK2 on my face. Then I start to read your questions. You see, I use SK2. 男人也是要保护脸嘛，因为我已经够丑。So Tian, yesterday all my staff was putting Halloween, all the face, very ugly face. Then Hannah, they asked me, Uncle Raymond, please put the makeup. You know what I told them? No need. My face is already like Halloween already. It's ugly enough. Yeah. I know you're hiding your face. Hannah, thanks. Thank you. So my staff say, Uncle Raymond, do you want to put the makeup like a Halloween, the skeletons or vampires? Say no need. My face is already ugly enough to be Halloween. Okay, never mind. That's the last time I can disturb you, Qian. Countdown. The final countdown by Bon Jovi. Is it Bon Jovi? I think so. Kindly tell me your result on January. Okay, to tell me how you score for SS. I know your SS is combined with other like history or geography. Please be kind enough to show me the result so I can show it to my boss. Then I can get increment for my salary. Thank you. Hey, what's the answer so slow, my dear children, my dear leaders? When you're done, if you want to look at extract 2 and 3 also can. Hello, Qizhe, welcome. We are doing extract 1. So we are all going through the SRQ. So we are predicting kind of question like living in diverse society. If you can hear me, thumbs up. Qingzi, can you hear me? Qingzi, okay, good. So what we are doing now is extract one. Singapore is set to attain super age status in 2026. Oh yeah, I forgot to tell you all, the five of you. It's called TAXI taxi. The timeline is future, which is next year. 对吗? So I happen to see that your question is going to do with before, after 2025, that means it's future. Then the audience, of course, is Singaporean aging populations as well as governments. And then the X, you need to explain based on your DEERL. And of course, the link back to the questions, which is when the proportion of its population age 65 and above hit 21% mark, according to the United Nations. Okay, that is this. But by 2030, wow, future again, 1 in 4 citizens in Singapore will be age 65 and above, up from 1 to 6 now. So by then, 2030, I only reach about 60 years old. So I'm not 65. So 不关我的事. But the question asks, in your opinion, I think, what do you think is the impact of an aging society on Singapore? Explain your answer with one challenge and one opportunities. So we talk about COI, just in case. So COI stands for what is the challenges, challenges, obstacle, and issue. And when we also talk about ICG, and stand for, is it individual issue, challenges or obstacle, or is it community, which is a committee, you know, right? Different group of committees, or is it got to do with governments? So what is the challenges? So let's be honest, your mommy, daddy, and Uncle Raymond's will be in 15 years' time, will be quite old already, about 50 plus or 60 plus. So we are going to that kind of very aging population. What are the challenges that you think your mommy, daddy, and Uncle Raymond, or those auntie, uncle who are going to be above 55 and 60 years old, what are they challenging? Is it got to do? Most of the time, the answer is very straightforward. It's healthcare, health services. That is a challenge. But what are the opportunities? So by the time you're 15 years, you're already 30. You're now 16, 15 years, you're about 31, right? Wow, 31. So when you're 31, you're kind of mature enough to know how are you going to plan. Are you going to buy insurance for your parents? Or are you going to send them for medical checkup in certain polyclinics, or excuse me, or are you going to send them for some courses to ensure that they are not brains, deteriorating and things like that? So don't worry, Tingze, you just listen only, yeah? Okay, so it's good to get the answer there, all right? Thank you, Tingze. What I heard, the E-math for the past paper 1, 2 is not very difficult. And I heard paper 2 on Friday was pretty easy compared to paper 1's more difficult. Is it true now, Rainer?
Yeah, but I think they are both still manageable.
Well done. So you completed your English full paper, your math full paper, your Chinese full paper, your science is halfway through, and by tomorrow you complete your social study. Wow. I think on the 2nd of November, right? No, 3rd of November, you all can fly already. Right, Qingzi, paper 1 and 2 math is not difficult, right? I've heard from PMATs. Okay, done? Okay, while you're typing, sorry, because I got a lot of things to share. Paper 1 harder, paper 2 easy. That's what I heard also. Okay, thank you. Let me share the answer. Don't mind. Don't mind, I share the answer now. While you're typing, I don't mind because I got other things to teach you as well. So, okay, thank you, Qinghan. Okay, I'm not going to read your answer, Qinghan, sorry. May I have, Rina, can you read the ones with the one I'm showing you? Wait, here, start from here. Hold on, bro. Okay, let's go.
Oh wait, can I send my answer in the chat first?
Okay, then who can send? Hannah, would you mind read that? Oh, you sent already? Hannah, I want to bully you. Can you read the question's answer, please?
One significant challenge of an aging society is the increased demand for healthcare services. As people age, they are more likely to experience chronic health conditions that require medical attention, thus straining healthcare resources. For Singapore, this means there needs to be an increase in healthcare facilities, professionals, and funding to care for the elderly effectively. We are seeing more financial resources used to support the building of polyclinics at Bidadari and Serangoon area. The surge in healthcare demand leads to higher healthcare costs, which can be a financial burden on both the government and families.
Stop. Now, Bidadari, take note, guys. Bidadari, I didn't know that day when my friend drove past Bidadari. Actually, that Bidadari, just to take note, used to be a cemetery, a Chinese cemetery. The whole entire place was really cemetery. So when I was driving, I asked my friend, oh my goodness, now all the buildings sprouting up like mushroom. Wow, got shopping center and the building is so nice. It's not like they are BTO, but looks very high-end building, very nice HDB flat. So I say, oh my God, the living and the dates are together. Then you say, isn't it the same as Bishan? Bishan used to be a cemetery area. Now Bishan, you see, so Wang. So why? Because why I mentioned this, the government has looked into forwards looking. If some of you are doing for your A levels, GP, take note of this because Bidadari it used to be not only just a cemetery, but it also quite centralized for people, as especially by people like you're going to have your own family. So these are the buildings that helps. But as you know, there are certain parts like Yishun's, Toa Payoh, Ang Mo Kio, they are all very old mature estate where there are a lot of aging populations. But then again, we need to cater for some like healthcare. Not only that, what happened tomorrow? The question asked for baby boomers, low birth rate, and where they encourage to have more childcare center and things like that. So this is an area to talk about. And true and behold that, new polyclinics, true enough, I'm staying in Khatib and there's this polyclinic and every few months I have to bring my mommy to go for a dementia checkup in Yishun, but unfortunately there is no this department in Khatib MRT station, Khatib's polyclinics, which is a stone throw away to my house. Then I have to fetch her to Yishun's. So this is something that is a challenge that Singapore, we are talking about space and we are talking about, do we have enough healthcare people to take care? But then again, don't worry, let's look into the opportunity. Back to you, Hannah.
One significant opportunity presented by an aging society is the enrichment of the workforce with a diversity of experience and enhanced stability across various sectors. Older workers bring a wealth of knowledge and unique perspectives that are invaluable in problem-solving and decision-making processes within companies. Their years of experience often translates into deeper insights and a pragmatic approach to challenges, which can be particularly beneficial in the retail sectors. For example, Old Chang Kee has an active policy of favoring elderly applicants when hiring for production or retail positions. The CEO shares that elderly workers are immensely loyal and dependable. They are also punctual and absenteeism is low. Thus, Singapore can maximize the economic contributions of older adults, thereby addressing some of the potential economic challenges posed by an aging population, such as shrinking labor force.
Thank you. I'm not against, okay, let's look at extract 2 and 3. Okay, I'm not against I mean your age. I realize Uncle Raymond's are running a business with my boss. And most of the time the auntie uncles are more punctual and more loyal and more committed. I'm not saying that your generations or those who are younger, they are not committed. So their way of punctualities, the way they use their handphone when they are doing their work, they are not as good as the elders. Maybe because I don't know. Is it bias or prejudice? I would leave it to one side. It's not like my area to discuss here. But from what you have read, Hannah, this is something that the seniors has able to contribute, provided they are in the pink of health, provided their brain and their physical are able to mobility. So some work halfway, then bye-bye. So this is what the Old Chang Kee is talking about. And back to this one, extract 2 and 3. May I have Rayna? Can you read as no? As I read Singapore diverse society provide us with many opportunities to engage in a meaningful exchange of cultures, knowledge, and skill. In a diverse society, there are tensions due to the competitions for resources, with people being concerned about their standard of living and social mobility. There are possibility for prejudice and misconception among people. Question 7, extract 2 and 3 reflect on the various impacts of living in a diverse society. How far do you agree that the positive impact is more significant than the negative impact of living in a diverse society? Wow, this is a very good SRQ questions. And well, I think tomorrow if we come out similar, something like that, wow, jackpot, man. Okay, while you are doing this, why Rina in and out? Rina, are you okay?
Yeah, just now my Wi-Fi just then I disconnect.
Okay, never mind. We are doing extract 2 and 3. Yeah. So we are talking about just now the aging one. The opportunity is that oh yeah, forget to tell you while you're doing this question number 7. Do you know when your parents, by the time they reach 65, which is semi-retired, all your parents who are reaching 65, do you know we have a very vast senior workforce? Okay, of course, I wish your parents 福如东海，寿比南山，身体健康，万事如意，平平安安。As long as we are healthy, we are definitely more knowledgeable, educated, with a vast experience compared to your grandparents and your great-grandparents. Their experience is in terms of physical and others. But because our generation, my generation within your parents, we are able to contribute much more. And number one is that when you all get married, your children's definitely you see. So Rainer, of course, when you get married, your kids, that means your daddy, mommy can take care, correct? No, you don't worry. Same with Qi Zhi, Hannah, Qihan, and Yijiang. To add on to this, you have to understand that the older generation, that's us, the called the baby boomer, this generation, Gen X and baby boomer. The opportunity is that we can create a lot of different things to enhance, but the way we do things may not be as fast, as good as your in terms of technology. Okay, so this is the end of the story for question number 6. Now question number 7. Just a quick one. I ask Ting Zhe, you can thumbs up if you agree and thumbs down if you disagree. So do you think that positive impacts outweighs the negative impacts? No answer. Okay, never mind. So let's see from so you agree the impact is the positive outweighs. There are some people who say that there are some students say no. I feel that we have to address the negative impact first before we talk about the positive impact. So let me read your answer for Qihan one for the previous questions, okay? Wow, freak you, man. Well said, man, Qihan. Full marks. I like the last part, smart homes. It is very true. You are there. Well done. Sorry, I didn't mean you're stupid or what. Don't mistaken, Qihan. Did your teacher, SS teacher, talk about the smart home and motion detections during your lesson? Please, Qihan. Yes or no?
They gave revision packs and they just added it in. Like they just gave a lot of examples.
Wow, well done to your SS teacher. Yes. The smart homes, in fact, is very important. Do you know, Qihan, in Japan, they are using robots and sensor because you know Japan has the highest aging populations. And a lot of seniors die alone at home without knowing after maybe 1 or 2 months later, the whole place got sting and the smell cannot take it. Then people go in and say, oh my God, the spirit is still inside the house. So yes, very good. Guys, you should look at Qihan's answer for that, the last 3 sentences. Thank you. Yeah, not only that, Yichia, the medical fees increase because the drugs that we are providing to these seniors are all very unique and special, and they need long-term medications, so they cannot cut. So sometimes your parents are the taxpayer money who are paying these drugs for those who are really cannot afford it, and these are the poor income people. Okay, thank you very much. Yeah, exactly. When the clinics and hospital increase, overcrowded. This is where during COVID-19 you can see. So with this once bitten twice shy 一架，人家知道一时被打，什么10年怕死什么。So something like this case, the government has started to build a lot of hospital. 一架 one of them is Woodland Health Hospital. I went there, I look at it. Oh my goodness, they are ready for really a big one in case of another touch wood, another pandemic or epidemic come in. Because Woodlands is a very in between old and aging population as well. Yeah, nurses and doctors and caregivers, you're right. Especially a lot of skilled future. There's ones, Yitia, I was thinking to take a course about caregiver and healthcare. Then I think, I think I don't want. I feel heart pain. You know why, Yitia? Imagine I take care, and then touch wood, this person, then they imagine this hospital, all the aging, right? 他们有一天会 bye bye, right? I will feel very heart pain. I'm a very emotional guy. I cannot let go. Until today, my mother-in-law passed away, and my father-in-law passed away. I still cannot take it. Even Rainer. Rainer 不见了.
Yeah.
You know your mommy, daddy, your 外公, right?
Which
My uncle
one?
lah, correct lah. Wai Kiong's daddy, your mommy daddy lah. Until your grandfather passed away for so many years, sometimes I keep thinking of how your grandfather has helped me when Uncle Raymond was such a young boy. He really came into my house and helped my mom to do a lot of things to support us. It's a very nostalgic feelings. So I cannot do healthcare. I feel very upset and cannot, very emotional damage. Elderly friendly housing. Well done, Yitia. Thank you very much. You got 6 marks for that, Yitia. Yes, dementia and cancer. You're right, Arena. Hannah, I haven't seen your answer, right, Hannah? Have you submitted your answer or did I miss you? You haven't submitted your question number 6, huh? Yeah, I agree with you. I agree with you, Arena. Therefore, an aging society could lead to a shortage of medical staff and facility, which is just now I saw my answer, right? Which could negatively impact. I like the way you bracket it, overload the healthcare system in Singapore. Very true. And it's very true in other countries as well. These questions might also related to oversee like NHS, National Healthcare System in England. Yeah, more job opportunities are a bit vague, Rainer. You say that therefore the impact of aging population give opportunities, job opportunities for Singaporean in the healthcare and in the healthcare and caregiving as well as medical opportunities. Not just that. I would say there are also other like the motion detector technologies as well. You might create a technologies that is elderly friendly technology that helps to ensure the safety of the old folks at home. Okay, Qingzhen, if you can, if you have reached home already or what, you want to do question number 7 by all means, okay? So don't worry, or if not, you can just listen it, okay? So after this, we will go through a quick, if we got time, to go through some, your questions, your job opportunity, then we call it a day, thank you. This positive impact and negative impact, we also can use it in your internal and external security. We also can use it the important of positive impact and negative impact in terms of aging populations, which is talking about here, sorry, employment. And we also can talk about climate change. We also can talk about for issue 3, I think of issue 3, yes. Do you think globalization is good for Singapore or not? The positive impact and the negative impact of globalizations. And we can talk about, of course, the cyber's wellness. Cyber wellness, we don't talk already. I don't think it will come out. Very, very low percentage. No, maybe question number 10. What is the positive and negative impact of the hormonization and hybridizations of the food and culture and music? Okay. Eat the hand with clown stupid dog. Sorry, Hannah, to disturb you. Are you submitting question 6 or not submitting? It's okay, not submitting, but you know the answer already, roughly, So sorry, just a quick one, just to be fair to you. So your answer, is it more or less similar to some of your classmate answer here as well as my answer, or a bit different? Any difference? You confirm, Sure, because you never know what happened tomorrow. Really come out similar question like that. So you got anything, ask, or don't worry, don't feel bad, Okay, please. I don't want shortchange anyone here, please. Every single answer is super important. Qingzi, are you okay? Can, huh? Thanks for coming in. Thank you very much. This is the last lesson for all of you. All the best. God bless. Praying for all of you for tomorrow SS exam. Pass with flying color. Whoever can tomorrow, can you please kindly take a picture after the exam? Please take a picture and show Uncle Raymond what are the questions. I also 是迫不及待 very anxious to know what kind of question come out for tomorrow. So thank you very much. 青子 are you there? 青子 Oh, okay. I like the way. Okay. Hey, thanks for telling me from 8 p.m. to 8 a.m. Very alert. Thank you, 青子. Oh, a bit lagging. Are you in the car? Are you on the way home? Okay, good. So good, at least we finish up earlier. So tonight, whatever questions you want to ask Uncle Raymond, do so. Same goes to Reina. So I'm quite free tonight. I'm going to watch my K-drama. Okay, I'm going to take a break in K-drama. Don't mind today a bit late, huh? Sorry, I will do my best to cover as much as I can. Because I got a sense that question may come out. So this is why I'm preparing for you. And thanks to Reina also. I also think that this kind of question may come out. Just relax, enjoy the ride home, close your eyes, get oxygen to your brains, use your 2 attentive ears to listen. That's about it, okay? I'm not worried about your SS now. Okay, so just cool, relax. definitely can go through. All right. Thank you. I will give you another 2 more minutes to write whatever you can. So because later I'm going to go through with Raina's questions, all right, for the SPQ. One minute to go. This is the last one. Give your best to these 8-mark questions. Last one for the practice. Last one. Give me your best of your zest. Okay, ready? You can give your answer now. All right, done? Submit your answer ready? No? Nobody submit answer? Then I release and show my answer ready, ah? Nobody nobody. Okay lah, then I have to show my answer ready lah. Let's go. But of course, later you want to submit your answer, go ahead. Yitia, were you able to read the negative impact, please? Thank you.
Negative impact is more significant in a diverse society. Interactions between locals and immigrants bring cultural challenges in a diverse Singapore society. Singapore is a very diverse society because we have people from different nationality, race and ethnicity, religion and socio-economic status. Thus, prejudice and misconceptions of others can pose a threat to social harmony in Singapore. Misunderstanding happens when differences in cultural background lead to differing and conflicting views on values, beliefs, and customs. Negative feelings can arise when people jump to conclusions about others and having misconceptions about their values and beliefs due to lack of understanding and incorrect assumptions. For example, a
Pastor.
pastor of a large Christian church made negative comments about Buddhism, and a university student from China referred to Singapore as dogs, etc. Prejudice and misconceptions can lead to distrust and suspicions among people. Any potential misunderstandings may result in conflict or even racial riot if they are not handled well.
So you see, the one calling dogs, the Christian pastor calling negative in Buddhism, these are all general knowledge, not contextual knowledge. These are all from the latest news in the past. Remember the TAXIs, who is the audience, the timeline, the time frame, and explains to you like why there's some. Okay, so Reina, to answer, answer you, it's good to have a more profiles and more professional and more proficient answer like this with the example so that you can support. So that is show the negative lah. So positive, may I have Tian, are you able to read the last time? Positive. Positive impact.
Positive impact 哪里？
这里 yes.
Positive impact is more significant in a diverse society. Interactions between locals and immigrants bring cultural opportunities in a diverse Singapore society. Cultural exchanges can create distinct experiences because of diversity in nationality, race and ethnicity, religion, and socio-economic status. Our diverse society provides people with many opportunities to interact and learn from those who hail from different countries and cultures. This can result in interesting outcomes as seen in food fusion. For instance, our local chef William Low has created a fusion between Singaporean and modern European dining. For example, soft shell chili crab with squid ink mantou and char siu pork burger. Such fusion of food creates more variety of dining options and enrich our food culture in Singapore.
Yeah, but this is more to like a chapter 10 issue, right? But you also can implement to this part here for the diversities in chapter 4, 5, 6, and 7. And what is the conclusion? All in all, living in a diverse society brings about both positive and negative impacts. 不用讲的 confirm. But it is a complex due to the varied interaction between diverse groups of people with different beliefs, value, and custom. Hence, it is essential to build a society in which people of diverse background can engage with other, can engage with other with sincerity and integrity and honesty, and negotiate the differences without any unbiasedness and in the spirit of trust, respect, and mutual accommodation. Then the positive impacts can come in. Then the positive impacts and effects will be better to override the negative impact. So you can see this how, okay, these are the possibility answer. Okay. All right. So I have no time to talk about Tihan's questions here, but just a quick one. This is more to the job opportunities here. Okay, as what Tihan do. So I just want to share with this. Okay, so please, if you can still give me your answer for this negative and positive impacts would be good. All right, but let me share with you another last part of this today lesson. Yeah, is it this one? Where's our dear friends? Okay. Where is your questions? Yeah, okay. Okay, this is the questions are talking about living in the diverse society SBQ. So what can you infer by sourcing about the reason of unemployment? So these questions got to do, okay, background informations. Okay, unemployed means that the person does not hold, okay, this is a background information. Okay, just give you about 30 seconds to read through. Okay. So Rena, are you there? Yeah, this is your question that you sent to me yesterday. So let's talk about this one. This is a very typical. So you realize when you see such a long provenance here, and then the year itself and unemployment, yeah, you have to understand the year in 2021 is a period of COVID-19. I feel that all these kind of SPQ questions for starting from 21, 22, and maybe 23, maybe 20, 21, 22, these 3 years. Very high chance will come out in tomorrow questions, something like that. Okay. So the employment, we talk about source A, then source B is talking about the unemployment in financial UK becoming more, okay, 2 million people, and the trends, you see new skill. Is there another? I like this next one. This one is about the British government, about skills boot camps. Okay. Yeah, I heard about these skill boot camps before. In not only Singapore got skills future, they got this skill boot camp in Britain as well. That means there are other parts of the countries also maybe follow our the what do you call this blueprint to like Singapore, like that skill future to help those people are unemployed. Okay, and then Mendaki, yes, I agree with you, Arena. This is I feel it's quite biased when you put this. That means Mendaki, as you know, Hannah, and all of you listening, Mendaki is usually for the Malay, the Malay ladies. As you know, Singapore are very diverse, and they will not stop like women cannot work. In other countries, women cannot work at all. But here in Singapore, they purposely bring this to say that, you see, we allow women to work. But then again, this is only one, I won't say it's stereotyping, it's a one community. That is only the women's in the Muslim, correct? Reader. And then your answer is very straightforward. I like this one. This one is very good. This one is like you float and you dive your own. It's just like a scuba diver. If you can dive and you can scuba it all the way and look for all these opportunity here, that would be very good. But then again, is it individual efforts or the government efforts to help it? So let's talk about source D. Yeah. Okay, A and B is straightforward. Source A is about inference. Source B is about how far do you agree or not agree, right? Then you do this question, how far do you agree B and C? So B and C is more to these questions B and C here, which is double British, and this is UK. So these two are links together. The tone, take note of the tone. And then the D, how useful is source D as evidence about the effectiveness of support for the unemployed? Explain your answer. So D itself, you must take note, is talking about adapted from this Singapore, and as well as this one also, My Skill Future Singapore government's website, and then also adopted for national speak by the Prime Minister Lee Hsien Loong. Even though it was the past 2023, but there's this ex-Prime Minister or ex-Prime Minister Lee Hsien Loong is carry weight and more profound when he gives speeches like this, all right? So source D is useful, has evidence as effectiveness. Okay, talk about this. I learned so much of the okay, so I learned that how to conduct my, okay, this is a quote. This shows that the support for the unemployed is effective as it provide them. Sorry, who is the them? Oh my God. So it's provided the Mendaki Malay women. So if you put them, usually you cannot score marks. With many skills to get a job for these Malay Muslim women who are unemployed. So who are the them? So be careful, don't use the word them. I just need to share. Thanks to Rina to give me the homework yesterday to mark. However, source D is also not useful. So this is useful, but this is not useful. Why? Has evidence about the effectiveness of the support, blah, blah, blah here. The source talks about only works. It should be talks. Talks about this, not works. And you say, which does not talk about the support of the unemployment for men. Yes, I totally, ATA, I absolutely totally agree. Not only unemployment for the men in the Muslim community, but the men in other religions and race as well. Hence, this source does not provide enough information and support for the unemployment, as it does not mention the support for unemployment for men and other races as well. I forgot to add in, and other races as well. Hence, this source is not reliable, and therefore it has limited usefulness and reliability. Okay? So therefore, okay, look at my answer. Please, I wouldn't want to read. So if you can, you just read yourself. So Rina, I think you read the answer. So in case when come out these kind of questions, please be careful. So task source D has limited reliability due to the fact, not face, sorry, due to the fact. Why type face? Sorry, Rina. Due to the fact that it is one-sided. Pardon me, last time I was marking is already quite late at night. So pardon me. And gotten a job. Has this may be implication of involvement of religions, it may show biasness to have a hidden agenda. Okay, so it might because this is a Muslim, so when you say Mendaki Muslim, that means it's got to involvement why they want to encourage more Muslim women to come out to work rather than stay at home because of the aging population, because of shortage of manpower. So we have to change the mindset. Do you know Muslim women by right, according to the Islamic law, they are not supposed to come out to work? And they come out to work, they have some implication. But Singapore is different from other Muslim country because Singapore is not a Muslim country. Okay, so having read source E, I'm not surprised. Okay, so source E talk about this. Having read source E, are you surprised by source F? This is a very, very good one. Rina, thank you. This is a very good one. Pay attention, sir. When I marked this, I was like, oh, I'm not surprised about source F. This is because source E supports source F. Why? In stating about availability of job opportunity despite a poor economy. So first of all, understand yourself. Source E is about a skill future website by a government. But who give these permissions to have this? And that back then, this one, 2023, the Prime Minister Lee Hsien Loong is still a Prime Minister. But when did Prime Minister Lee Hsien Loong step down to give Prime Minister Lawrence Wong to be the full-fledged Prime Minister? That was in the year 2024, if I'm not mistaken, or early 2025. So 2023 still, Lee Hsien Loong is still a Prime Minister. And this 2020 is, of course, you must get endorsed and approved and justified by the parliament, by the government, and of course, Prime Minister Lee Hsien Loong will have to agree with this package for unemployed people like Singaporeans, right? For Singaporeans. Where is it? Okay, so having read it, correct. Having read Source E, I'm not surprised by it. So this is because Source E supports Source A in stating that about the availability of job opportunity despite a poor economy. So even when the economy is doing poor, it is true because of COVID-19 at that time, you should know. It picked up only later on in 2024 onwards, slowly, 23, end of 23. The past 3 years of 2020 to 2022 was quite pretty bad. And government has really invested a lot to support the citizens of Singapore and revealing themselves elsewhere. This shows that there are still job opportunity available during a poor economic showdown. This is supported by Source F, which stated the global situation is expected to remain uncertain and turbulent. It's very true. Despite this, there are actually many opportunities available for those. Yes, it's true, but how? This shows that, you see, the job opportunities, ladies and gentlemen, we are not talking about lawyers, doctors, engineers. We are talking across every sectors possible, right? But there are certain sectors that need more people. Maybe they are the low income, the blue collar workers, which is the salary below maybe less than 3,000 to 1,000 plus. Are you willing to take out this type of job offer if that person is being retrenched as a lawyer, engineer, doctor, no lah, unlikely, a lawyer, engineer, or even some professional like accountant, a banker, because there is some reshuffling due to now for the new generation, they might get involved with the AI. I won't be surprised for AI coming out in the next SS exam. So therefore, as Source E support, I'm not surprised by Source this. Okay, however, reading Source E, I'm also surprised by Source. Okay, this is contradicts the keyword is responsibility. I just don't mind. Yeah, it's a very good point indeed. Breakthrough. This implies that it's individual responsibility to equip themselves with appropriate. You see, you mentioned about what is this? Wait, jobs. The government understands the difficulties of job seekers, so we are developing a scheme to offer. Okay, this tells us that it's a government responsibility and initiative to provide support for unemployed Singaporeans to reduce the unemployment rate. Okay. All right, so this is contradicted by this diverse, okay, where E, they say no, you have to float your own, that implies the individual responsibility to equip themselves with the appropriate skill in order for them to not to be unemployed. So you have to take your own initiative, but not every individual know how to go about to get the skill future, to get the helps. So they have to really go and ask for help. Some even are quite illiterate. So how are we going to help these people? So they have to disagree of the responsibility to reduce unemployment among people. Okay. So my answer is, therefore, I feel that I'm not surprised that has based on Source E providence. After 3 years later, the speech was given by Prime Minister Lee Hsien Loong. It clearly indicated that after 3 years of individuals struggling, after so many struggling and some complain and coming for election soon, then it's time for the government has to step in to help, to assist and to plan for a better future for the unemployed Singaporeans. Isn't it too late? No, depends. If after the 2-3 years, you have to understand the COVID-19 is not just a Singapore issue. It's a global issue. It's not we don't want to help. We do have jobs, but people are selective, are fussy, are frustrated in certain jobs because of the salary is not able to meet their expectations. Thus, sorry is clear indication that to pave the way to get unemployed Singaporeans is to seek help from the government in the long run. So after hitting your head left and right and like a matador, the bull running about. So at the end of the day, at the junction you need, hello? I done my best already. I already reused out all my saving and resources. I think government, you are supposed to give us a workforce allowance and help me to tie over with this uncertainty. So the uncertainty is that the governments know what is best for the individuals. So yeah, of course, some people might say, I don't want the need help of the governments. I decided to do on my own, like start my own business or do something, or maybe go overseas to work. That's a different story, yeah? Okay, so I agree with these statements. So which is the source? Okay, Okay, this one, just quickly go through. I agree with these statements as the government. Okay, this is agree or not agree, right? Sorry. I think Reina, I leave it to you. The last question is usually ask you for more than two sources. Where the hell is it? Before I end, I leave it to you. I don't want to argue with anyone. I told you before, if this is 10 marks questions, it's best to give 2 yes and 2 no, or even weigh everything. But if you want to give 1 yes and 1 no, as what Reina did, you wouldn't score marks. Okay, I'm telling you. So don't tell me tomorrow exam you give 1 yes and 1 no and you expect 10 marks. I will tell you to your face, it's not possible. It's ridiculous. So you die have to find time to find as many yes and no. But because if you're lack of time, okay, fair enough. All right. You still have to weigh the 10 marks. Okay. So this is the best advice. So thanks to Reina for giving this. Okay. I hope all of you have more or less for the past few weeks or months or years with me. Hopefully your SS tomorrow will be a breeze and everything they answer, especially the 10 marks answer. It's best to have two. Of course, Qihan, if you want to jump your level of the highest, I leave it to you. Okay, but if you think you have confidence to do it, yeah, of course in prelim you can do it, never mind, correct now. Because you can review your answer, right? Your teacher will send you the answer. But the question is tomorrow is you are not able to see your answer. You don't know whether your answer you give the higher, and then you worried, shit, man. Did I give my answer? Then you keep speculating. I leave it to all of you. My advice is to answer yes, no, yes, surprise, not surprise, useful, not useful, agree, not use, not agree, not you, not agree, not agree and not agree and not agree, proof and not proof, that kind of things. But if you want to jump to the higher level, I don't stop you. Especially the 10 marks, the best is to weigh every question, every sources. But if you think you want to yes, 2 yes, 1 no, or 1 yes, 1 no, and then conclusion, the max is 7 marks. I'm telling you, okay, seriously. And then the SRQ, you know that there's 2 reasons, give 2 support. Okay, then you use the ICQ or the GOI, a COI, and then the last one, the 8 marks, you have to weigh the whichever it is. But if you think both are equally, like the impact of the positive and negative impact, both are equally good, you can put in such a way like Qinghan, you agree, right? You say both is on the same. Yes. If this is the questions I want to share with you, Qinghan, that what I think both are equally important. Yes, there's no right or wrong answer if you are able to argue in such a manner. But you don't forget, tomorrow is a very intense, very stressful, and you have to give your best answer within 1 hour and 45 to 1 hour and 50 minutes. 1 hour and 45 minutes if I'm not wrong, right? All right. Thank you very much. We wish you